This is Josh Whittaker on XFM, and as always, until the end of the show, I'm joined by Acaster, James Acaster. I was overly familiar.
It's come to that.
It's come to that. Yeah. James Acaster, Jim Acaster.
All the listeners are on second name terms, I mean.
Hello.
Hello, Josh.
How are you?
Pretty good, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty good, man. You've got the world's biggest tea.
I have. Obviously, you can't really appreciate it because it's radio, but it is the size of a small plant pot.
Yeah, no, I know, and it's sponsored by someone, which we're not going to talk. Nah. But you feeling okay?
You made it sound like it sounded like sponsored by something really awful, horrific.
Well, good. How are you this week?
Yeah, good, thanks, man. Are you all right? I never ask you.
No, suddenly the hunter has become the hunted.
How do you like that?
Prey.
Talk about your emotions live on the air.
I'm good, actually. Yeah. I'm feeling a bit down.
Oh. Sorry to hear that, man. Well, if you need someone to talk to.
Yeah, this isn't the time or the place, it's the person. Well, good, I'm glad. This week, James, any standout events?
I had, my friend had me over yesterday daytime for Pancake Day. We had a Pancake Day because
you missed the
we missed the actual one, so we thought we'll do it later on in the year.
How was it? What do you have?
Oh, it's brilliant. The best one was, it's the ingredients that I bought, so maybe I'm biased. Anytime I go to stuff like this, where you got to bring your own food along and everyone brings stuff, my favourite thing is always
the one you bought.
Was the best. But we had marshmallows and salted caramel.
Oh yeah, that is good. Wow. Good. Well, very exciting week.
Thanks, man.
Well, I mean, this is generally a more kind of high energy comedy show, but for a moment we've got into a kind of...
If you don't get high energy from hearing about salted caramel, then I'll pity you.
Or eating it.
There are people listening who probably haven't tried salted caramel. It's changed their lives, mate.
It's really taken off, salted caramel. The things that have taken off recently are salted caramel and those green olives with stones, as opposed to the marinated olives that you can't avoid if you go into Pizza Express.
Yeah. So not at the same time. Don't combine the salted caramel olive.
What we've proved in this link, don't talk about food.
It's great to talk about it. I had a crepe once. I had a crepe once that had salted caramel in, and it was I said salted caramel. It was Malibu, banana, and coconut, and they called it a babana Mali.
You know how to live, don't you?
Yeah, I eat babana Malis all the time.
Yeah, well, good. I'm glad we're not talking about that this week. Sadly,
the texting isn't babana Malis.
when and where have you eaten a babana Mali?
The weirdest place you've eaten a babana Mali.
Where were you?
Tweeting.
Where were you?
I was in the Alps.
Well, you've set the bar high on that tweeting.
Beat that, listeners. A mountain.
That's not what we're talking about, sadly. That we'll have to save that for next week. If you have got a place you've eaten a babana Mali, then you know, don't tweet. Do tweet in.
Of course, tweet in.
Tweet in. All right. Okay, you've come in very cocky. At XFM or text us on 83936. What we're actually talking about is things that you desperately wanted as a child, but your parents wouldn't allow you. And I'm sure, James, that you've got... babana Mali would be number one for you.
Day and night I was screaming for a babana Mali.
We're talking all morning about the things your parents wouldn't allow you to have that you desperately wanted.
Yeah.
And I presumed... I've met your parents, and they didn't rule with an iron fist, from what I can tell.
Well, they're very nice to you. They love you.
Yeah. They let me have whatever I want. Yeah. So what? How are they with you?
Well, there's one standout thing, and this probably won't surprise you what it is, but it was the album Spice by the Spice Girls.
Their first album?
It was the first album, the debut, classic.
Yeah. The best one.
They went downhill afterwards. I wanted it so much. I loved the Spice. I was a member of the Spice Girls fan club.
Were you?
Yeah.
Amazing.
11 years old.
What does that involve?
You obviously write in, send your address and stuff, and then they send you a membership card and things and a lot of pamphlets about girl power. And
I think it's the same with joining the Black Panthers.
Yeah. It's actually the same admin team. But
occasionally they're getting mixed up.
Yeah, you go, well, better start doing this. But also, what was if you were able to access this Spice Girls fan club database now, you wouldn't find me on there because they misspelt my name.
Yes, of course they did.
So on my Spice Girls fan club card, it's
Jane Acaster. They assumed you couldn't be a boy.
Oh, nearly. James Austin.
James Austen.
So they tried to make me sound like Jane Austen, a bit more. It's like if as soon as you join, you get like a strong female role model name. The debut album was coming out. I was excited, and I'd asked for it for Christmas. And it was all I talked about throughout November, just going on about I'm going to get Spice.
Yeah.
Please tell me I'm going to get Spice.
They didn't misinterpret and give you some capsicum.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lovely rack, but
there's a joke there that I'm not going to make about the Spice Girls and a lovely rack.
Sometimes I throw those in just to bait you, mate. But if you did make that kind of joke, that's not respecting girl power. And I for one, am offended. I'd expect a lot of other people to be.
I didn't make the joke.
The implication was there, mate. It's not what you said, it's the way you said it. But my dad left it until we went on a family swimming trip to the Kempton swimming
He just
bath.
left you in the swimming pool.
Yeah, just drive. We haven't got in Spice. We're at the swimming pool.
Can I just say, it's not like it would be difficult to get a hold of.
Well, here's the thing. I wasn't the only one in the family who wanted this album.
Oh.
My sister also wanted Spice quite badly.
Your dad wanted it.
My dad wanted it for himself. Understandable. David Acaster always loving listening to Spice. But we were at the swimming pool, and he said to me and my sister, look, so I tell you now, I don't want any incidents on Christmas Day. We decided we bought Spice for Ruth, the Spice Girls album.
Which Sophie's choice.
Yeah.
And he's chosen your sister.
And we were kind of like, I remember I was treading water at the time. Not metaphorically. not in life in general. This is a bad time to tell me. Just tip me over the edge.
Your grades had plateaued.
I was hanging out with the wrong crowd. And so my response...
You were treading water at the time. Was your response just to sink?
Well, my response was to swim over to the shallow end, stand up, look at my dad, maintaining eye contact at the shallow end, and just sit down under the water in an attempt to drown myself.
Did it succeed?
No, there came a point where I was like, you know what? I could probably just borrow the album off Ruth when she gets it. She'll probably lend it to me. She's a good sister.
So what did you get?
I got Definitely Maybe by Oasis, which I think everyone would agree was actually I was the winner there.
Well, David Acaster played a strong hand, though. He actually helped you in many ways.
I'll never doubt him again.
And this, as we've already we joked about off air, is a song. This is James Laid. And if you can't make a joke about that, then girl power didn't work out for you. Have you got any texts in, James?
I've got a few tweets. This is my favourite one. Is from Sausage Monkey 78. Yeah, I love it when there's numbers at the end. It implies that 77 people already have the name Sausage Monkey. It says, I wanted to go to a convent school so I could wear a hat. It's like less is more sometimes.
That paints a better picture than you could ever do with words.
Yeah. I wanted to go to a convent school on the off chance that one of the teachers would be a showgirl from Vegas on the run from some gangsters and possibly undercover and join the choir.
Does it say if they got to go to the... No.
It doesn't say if you got... I mean, Sausage Monkey, if you're listening, 78, not one of the other Sausage Monkeys on Twitter. Please tweet in and let us know if you got to go to convent school or even wear it. I mean...
You can wear a hat outside of the context.
That's what... I imagine that's what their parents would have...
That would have been
Here's the deal. You can wear the hat, but you're going to the school that is closest to our house.
Keep them coming in. Tweet at XFM or text us on 83936.
Josh Widdicombe, XFM.
And we now come to the point in the show where James Acaster is still here. Hello.
Hello, Josh.
Treats us to what have become known as his classic scrapes, a story from the archives of him getting into a scrape. Or from the present. Is it an archive scrape or a...
It is an archive scrape. It's
you're delving through the archives recently.
Yeah, well, I've had quite a nice time of things of late. My life in general's been alright. I overheard someone telling a friend about a scrape on the way here.
Oh yeah,
on the tube. But they went on about it too much. She kept on going, that time we got stuck in that lift. And I just kept on bringing it up.
You wanted to lean across and go, do you know who I am?
Yeah, excuse me, do you not want to bring up getting stuck in the lift stories around me, because that is... I'll show you a scrape, love.
I've got some podcasts to prove it.
Yeah.
I'm the Scrape Master.
I've had an awful life, so I don't want to hear about you getting stuck in the lift.
So what is your scrape this week, James?
I think this is the first overseas scrape.
Oh!
This is when I was on a holiday.
Transcontinental scrapes?
Yeah, I went to America. I went to San Francisco on my own.
And there is the scrape.
Yeah. Well, I was staying in a hostel.
Yeah.
Which I've never done before, because my friend who I was meant to be staying with basically changed her mind. I was about to leave England and she went, actually, you're not. I don't think we're around, because she was at university. I don't think we'll be with. I stayed at this hostel, and so I had to share a room with a bunch of strangers, and I was a bit kind of wary of my stuff. But I mean, we didn't have lockers or whatever, and I booked to go to visit Alcatraz.
Classic.
On the final day.
Of course you have.
You know, everyone recommended it to me.
Yeah,
so excited about it. And
when they said you should go to Alcatraz, I don't think they were recommending it to you.
it's just awful things that I was doing.
Yeah.
Mate, you deserve to go to Alcatraz. I'm not even joking.
You know where you should be, mate? Alcatraz.
Oh, cool, brilliant. Well, what are the opening hours? No, you're not understanding me. Get out of my shop. But I was on. If you don't know Alcatraz, it's on a little island. And you have to get there by boat. And I was on the boat.
It's a prison.
Oh yeah. Also, it used to be a prison. Hence, if you didn't know that little bit of banter between me and Josh probably made no sense. Why would someone send you to Alcatraz if you're in their shop? That sounds ridiculous. It's a bigger shop. If we haven't got those things here, how have you tried Alcatraz? They have a wonderful selection of hot chocolates. But I was on the boat on the way to visit. I know it's like the biggest maximum security prison, like.
Yeah,
from whenever it's now open to the public. You can do guided tours and stuff. It's fantastic. And I was on the ferry on the way there, and thought I might buy something from the gift shop when I'm there. Have a look at my wallet, see how much money I've got. I looked at my wallet and realised that all my credit cards had been stolen.
Oh,
which the worst time to figure that out is when you're on a boat, because you can't do it. You're not. You can't just run to the. And also, pangs of irony when you've had someone has stolen your credit cards and you are the one being shipped to a maximum security prison. But I was really panicky, and I was like running around the ferry,
running around the boat,
probably running around trying to see, looking over the side, trying to see how close we were to Alcatraz. Which everyone else has thought he is really looking forward to Alcatraz. he can't wait to get to Alcatraz. I mean, we're all excited, mate, but the ferry can only move so fast. But as soon as the ferry arrived at Alcatraz, I ran to there's a help desk, and I ran there and I said, "You got to help me. My credit cards have been stolen." And this lady looked at me like I was like this British tourist believed that if you get mugged in San Francisco, the first thing you've got to do is report directly to Alcatraz. And or even like, for what she knew, I could have been mugged in London. Got straight on a plane. I'm taking this to Alcatraz. But I had to explain to her, look, I need to. My phone doesn't work over here. I need to use your phone so I can cancel my credit cards. And she went, no, this phone is for staff use only, and you can't use it. Which, like, for one, I've just arrived at a prison, so I should get a phone call.
Hey!
but I said to her, I need to cancel my cards. You can, and it was good back and forth. I was angry that she was like aiding a criminal. I said at many a point, you're aiding the escape of a criminal. And what would the people of Alcatraz think about this?
Yeah.
And eventually, I argued for so long that the ferry went back to the mainland. So, and like, what they've cleverly done with Alcatraz is made it very difficult to leave the island without the use of a ferry. And I think that was the point almost. So, I had to wait another 45 minutes for this ferry to come back. So I was just helpless.
Yeah.
And so in the meantime, took the audio tour, which
you didn't enjoy.
You don't enjoy it at all because
you're
so angry at criminals and just any sort of like wrongs that you're just walking around really kind of like just fuming and listening to the whole thing is narrated by like guards who used to work there and prisoners who used to be there. So like I was just there every time a prisoner was going about how tough it was. I was so happy. I was the only person walking around going, yeah, that's right, and like
throw away the key.
They've going on about murderers and people like that. And, like I was
you were waiting for them to get to credit card crime. The section.
Hurry up and talk about the people who steal credit cards. So where were they kept? Hopefully the worst room of them all.
So, did you get your cards back?
Well, what happened is, eventually I got on the ferry, went back to the hostel to use the phone at the hostel, by which point I'd narrowed down. I'd also thought someone in my room may have stolen it, and I knew exactly who I thought it was.
Oh, yeah, of course,
because he had been, mainly just because he was the only one who had annoyed me the whole time I was been there, because he had brought a girl back and done it in the bunk above me a couple of days before, and I don't know if you ever tried to sleep with that kind of happenings going on. It was shaking the bed. It was horrible. But and they knew I was there. And the thing is, it wasn't his bunk. That was the really annoying thing. He relocated just to. Anyway, I got back and I was like, it's probably him. But I went. I had to use the payphone at the hostel, so I went up to get. I had some spare money in my bag that I'd left.
Can't see where this is going.
Opened it and obviously all my credit cards were just in my bag, had fallen out in the bag I'd left in the hospital, and I'd cut my trip to Alcatraz short. Because
that's quite a bleak end.
Had been stolen.
At least you got them back, James.
I got them back, and I went out and spent it all on Babana Marley's.
How many weeks has it been? We don't know, but James Acaster is back to join. Hello, Ellis James, before that.
Yeah, hi.
And James Acaster, welcome back.
Good to be back, Josh.
How long have you been away?
I don't know, it feels like too long.
Can I just say, you haven't aged a day.
Thank you. Thanks, Alice.
You look absolutely fantastic.
Still looking good, still sounding good, hopefully.
For those at home, when he said still sounding good, hopefully, your eyebrows went up and down at least 12 times in a second.
Since I've been away, I have been working on my eyebrow technique.
Yeah, it's a bit carry on, isn't it?
Obsessively doing eyebrow push-ups every single morning.
You're going to be doing a kind of turn to... When you said innuendo, you're going to kind of turn to the...
Yeah, I'm kind of working on like Jim Carrey eyebrows at the minute.
So what? How was New Zealand? Good.
Good. Yeah, wonderful. Ellis was there, so that was nice.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Watching all his old things.
I watched Under Milkwood, starring Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor.
You're on holiday.
I was on holiday. I just like old things.
Get out of the road. I mean, what were you doing, James?
I was climbing volcanoes and going in glowworm caves.
I mean, that's quite old.
Yeah.
To be fair, yeah, it's not the most modern of
the volcano itself was really getting on a bit.
Yeah.
This is Josh Whittaker on a Saturday morning, still joined by Ellis James.
Hello.
And James Acaster.
Yes.
Ellis James Acaster. That would be a lot cool, or it wouldn't be cool.
Wouldn't be that cool.
That'd be confusing and bad.
It's like one guy who's included his middle name in this. Not necessarily.
We're talking about two things this morning. Disappointing family holidays.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Actually,
I could just say that to you, presumably.
The Acasters did quite well.
Did you?
On family holiday, yeah.
What did you do?
South of France, lovely. Where else? Kenya.
Blimey.
Well, I'm not going to slag Kenya off.
No.
It was brilliant. Italy 1 year.
So you never went on British holidays?
No, we did. Yeah, we did. But they were quite nice. I mean, we went to
Have you come
Wales.
back a changed man?
Yeah. Do you know what?
Have you found God?
Well, this is coming on the radio now to tell you all about the love of Jesus. So, this is what it's not classic scrapes anymore, mate. It's classic salvation. That's what I bring to the show every single week. Oh.
So what? No bad holidays? School trips?
Yeah, plenty of. Well, the best school trip I ever had.
He's changed.
Led to the worst. So
yeah, that's more.
It wasn't even a school trip. It was a. We went to the school trip. We went to Holland.
Yeah.
With the school band.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was great. It was like, and we had so much fun. I was the drummer in the wind band, and they would play like Lion Sleeps Tonight and such classics, and I would be drumming along because that's what you do as a drummer. Yeah. And then about 3 years later, when I was like 17, one of the guys who was on the tour, one of the techs, the roadies, Daniel Drage, if he's listening, wanted to organise a reunion. So like he invited everyone, including the teachers who had left the school. and we were going to do the reunion in Derby. So it's halfway between Kettering and York, where Mr. Taylor lived at that point. And we had to meet in the car park at 10 o'clock Saturday morning for a weekend away reunion.
What, the Derby car park?
No, the school car park.
Oh, right, I was going to say.
So I got there.
It's a car park that's exactly equidistant between Kettering and York.
yeah. But Daniel Drage was there waiting at his car, and I got there and I was like, brilliant, I'm the second one here. And he went, no, you're the last one here. It's me and you and Mr. Taylor. And we drove to Derby and met Mr. Taylor in a travel lodge. And then watched the England versus Greece game when Beckham came through on a free kick or whatever it was. And then Drage and Taylor got absolutely wasted. I had to go around Derby town centre with them at night, with them walking around. And I just didn't know. I was like completely out of my depth. I didn't really know either of them very well. And
Why had you been invited?
Because it was meant to be a reunion for everyone who went on the Holland tour.
You were the only one that...
I was the only one who actually took it seriously. And then went back to the hotel, and in the morning I awoke to them waking me up and saying, very much my old music teacher, going, we're trashing the hotel room. So I woke up to them flipping the mattresses over and like so that, and my contribution to trashing the hotel room was to open all the milk. I opened the little things of milk and I left them on the side. So it's like
the little milk
UHT?
Yeah, those little ones. I just opened them. So I didn't drink them, but I also didn't spill them anywhere. I just left them. They're unusable now. And they're going to have to pour them down the sink. And
amazing.
And went back to Kettering.
I think after a minute when I was worried, we can confidently say that the Scrape Master is back in town.
Haven't lost my touch, don't worry. It's absolutely fine. My life is still as much of a joke as when I left.
Blink 182 on XFM. I imagine, James Acaster, you're a Blink 182 fan.
I am, actually. I got quite a lot of their songs on my iPod.
Really?
Yeah.
Genuinely?
I have got them.
Not as much of a fan.
It's not even a.
It's post 1990, isn't it?
Not even a guilty pleasure. I'm quite comfortable with it.
But
it's just a pleasure.
Yeah, they're one of those bands where I imagine like the bassist wears shorts.
3/4 length shorts.
Oh my giddy aunt!
You're not going to wear shorts because you might. If you wore proper shorts, he might graze his knees when he's doing an ollie.
Also, I think I am really put off by bands in shorts, but I can't really talk because I only own one pair of shorts, which I bought in 1994, the Umbros, which I wear for all sport.
I remember seeing you. I saw Ellis jogging around. We were both in New Zealand together at the same time, and I bumped into Ellis. He was having a jog in his Umbro shirts and Asics t-shirts.
Yeah, which I bought in 1991. Because the fashion then was for it to be very baggy, so I've grown into it, even though I was 10 then. I'm now 32.
Now, as has already just come up...
Sorry, Blink 182?
I was 15.
Away from Blink 182, James... let me explain to you, Alice. James gets in scrape. I mean, we've already witnessed with the milk anecdote.
Yeah.
And it's kind of snowballed into a series called Classic Scrapes, in which each week James will bring us a scrape from his week or from the archives. Is this a topical scrape or a archive scrape?
This is an archive scrape. Basically, the first time I ever got in trouble in school.
Amazing.
I've only learnt as an adult that my primary school wasn't the norm. That my primary school didn't have hand dryers or paper towels, and we had to bring our own towels into school, which I thought was normal until I grew up. And I remember being at a party and saying to people, when you used to have to bring your towel into school. And everyone,
what were you comparing it to?
I can't remember what I was talking about. I think someone said you had to bring something to work, something like that, and I was like, let's being back in primary school again, guys, bring your towel in. And they're like, what? But I went in one day and went to the toilets, washed my hands, soaped them up good. Horror of horrors. Discovered I'd forgotten my towel. Which at St Andrew's Primary School.
Did you not leave your towel there?
No. Well, this thing is,
mildew alert.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ellis. Like, you don't want a stinky towel by the end of the week. But so this probably occurred on a Thursday. Let's face it. Probably I took it home. Didn't realise until it was too late that the towel was missing. Now the cloakroom was next door to the toilets.
Yeah.
and I went in there with dripping hands. And a young lad called Simon. A young lad called Simon. I was also young. I wasn't an adult.
Dripping Hands wasn't one of your mates. That was
Me and Dripping Hands walked in.
Delta Blues singer. Woke up in the morning, my hands were dripping.
Dripping Hands McSimmons. Talking about the corridors. So Simon was there, and I said, Simon, I'd forgotten my towel. And he was like, you can't use mine. I was like, right, well.
why not?
It was. I don't know why. I mean, even at that age, you would think that you wouldn't care, but he was properly like, you can't use my towel. This is my towel. I said, right. And I looked around the cloakroom, and all that was just coats everywhere. So I was like, I'm wiping these on a coat.
Oh,
I mean, I have to do it.
You've gone rogue.
I'm in a panic. And I couldn't decide, and so I said to him, Simon, who do you like the least?
Oh yes.
Just pick someone.
Yeah.
He said Siobhan. I was like, all over Siobhan. She had a nice soft pink coat.
I hope she doesn't like dry coats.
Yeah. Have a bit of this. I'd never done anything naughty before, so I actually I don't know. Never even really got told off that much by my parents.
No, I can't
And
imagine you did.
Getting caught was a foreign concept to me. I didn't know that they
This
can
is
even
a good thing that happened to
they
you.
can
This is
follow you up.
You
So,
needed this lesson.
Yeah, I thought I'll do this. This will be fine. And then in registration, Mrs. Andrews said Siobhan's very upset. Streaky soap marks all over her coat.
Once again,
I'm
streaky
sitting there.
soap marks wasn't one of your mates.
Blind lemon streaky soap marks.
Harmonica player in the band. Streaky soap marks and dripping hands. Weirdly, in that band, no washboard player. You'd expect there must be a washboard orchestra. Wasn't the case. Harmonica, guitar, and we had Puddles Murphy on the drums. Streaky soap marks all over the coat. And she said, we need to know who did this, and if anyone has any information, I'd like you to come forward. Simon.
Whoa! That guy is a bad apple.
Slowly raised his hand.
Oh dear.
Dry as a bone.
By the way,
as well.
and I'll never. Dry as a Bone was the name of the first album by the band. Featuring tracks like Rubber Dub Dub and treat them clean, keep them king. He put his hand up, maintaining eye contact with me. I remember that he didn't even have like the shame to look away, and they said it was James Acaster. And I remember saying to him, "You said she was your least favourite in school," and he said, "Second least favourite."
Oh, wow! That's amazing.
I had to clean the coat by hand.
Astonishing. That's one of the most astonishing things I've ever heard. And we move seamlessly into the final hour. This is Josh Widdicombe, joined by Nish Kumar.
Hello.
Still here.
Still here. Still
And of
rocking.
course, as always, James Acaster. How are you?
Very well, very well.
Good week?
Yeah, lovely week.
Good. But, I mean, the highlight of our week so far, before we move on to your week, James, is our favourite tweet so far today,
absolute
which was
dream.
about Nish. What was the tweet?
Lewis Weatherly's tweeted in responding to the picture that Josh posted to me on Twitter in the studio saying, remember when we saw this guy for free at the Fringe? And look at him now.
Look at him now. He's got headphones on.
Wearing headphones like a real boy.
You've really grown. You've really grown
grown.
as a human and a man and as a radio guest.
This is the big time, and I'll be honest, it's a bit of a disappointment. It's not what I was expecting.
You only do the Josh Widdicombe radio show twice. Once on your way up, once on your way down. James, you're on it for about the 10th time.
Yeah. Relentless.
How's your week been?
Lovely, thank you. Yeah, very good.
What have you been up to?
Well, a number of it. I already texted you midweek. Actually, I didn't even text. I texted you and then I rang you up about it. About my highlight of the week was I met someone who had 8 sugars in their tea. I couldn't believe it.
That's not a thing. How did you? Were you making a tea in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh my.
I wish, mate. No,
Think I need some more glucose in my blood?
I was not, Josh.
Oh, no one needed that mental image on Saturday.
Took a few jelly babies in there as well, and a dib dab.
That's not a euphemism, is it?
No, well, you know. We've all had a dib dab in the morning.
Is that what 50 Cent's Candy Shop song was about?
Yeah, hence the line, dib dab in the morning, but baby starts yawning.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
I don't know anymore.
8 sugars in the
know.
tea. So how did this happen?
Just had a meeting, and
Classic
she
Acaster.
ordered a tea, and the person said, who had made her tea before, said, still 8 sugars? And I thought that's a joke. But that's a really
classic
funny little jokey. And I laughed, and she went, yes, please, really serious. And she looked at me and went, everyone always judges me about it. You're never one judging me about 8 sugars, aren't you? I was like, what are you having 8 sugars for? And she was like, well, I like hot chocolate and milkshake, and you can't get them here, so I have to have 8 sugars in my tea. I spoke to my friend later, but I basically told everyone about it.
Yeah, of course.
I couldn't stop talking about it. And my friend said,
Tedious
there's
lunch
no
you
way.
and I had off.
But my friends were like, there's no way that they would dissolve. I've got a friend who did a science course in university, and he said it couldn't dissolve in the tea. There's no way there's 8
No, but
sugars
what she'd do, she'd enjoy her tea with 6 sugars and then have 2 spoonfuls of sugar
left over
from
as
the
a
bottom
chaser.
to just as a chaser, like a Jaeger bomb.
You're
Well-
basically drinking a cake at that point. Once you've gone beyond 4 sugars, it's...
I think once you've hit 2 sugars, then you're morally corrupt.
Mind you, I used to, when I was in school, I used to get home from school, and there was a half-hour window before my parents got home, and I would have a hot chocolate with 4 sugars in it.
Oh my word!
I used to do that until one
Apparently,
day.
your mum is listening with her head in her hands, going, "No wonder he hasn't grown to a proper size."
I'd have to pop a shotgun it because, they would be back to it.
They come back to be
Burn in my
wired.
mouth.
And they go, we're very low on sugar and options. What's going on?
That's the first
Options
time
the
I've ever-
chocolate, not just not just what to do with this boy anymore. We will be asking you, James, not just about sugar, about the topics of the day. But first, this is someone who. Well, I don't know. Let's speculate before Nirvana how many sugars we think Kurt Cobain had in his tea.
12.
12.
Many.
Yeah.
2.
Well, I was going to say too much. Too many sugars.
Yeah, he did have an addictive personality.
Josh Widdicombe. XFM.
We are still here on Josh Widdicombe, XFM on a Saturday morning, joined by comedian Nish Kumar
Hello.
and comedian James Acaster.
Thank you for that. I was quite tense for a second there when you introduced Nish as a comedian. I thought, oh dear, am I going to get the same treatment?
I was hoping for air quotes, but then that is dreadful radio.
And producer Neil Fern.
Hi.
Hello, there we go. Just keep you in the loop. James, we were talking this morning about weird things that happened at your school. Obviously, you started this topic, so we can't now come to
Got
you.
the ball rolling.
Yeah, but we've had quite a lot of tweets. What's your favourite?
I think they're all really good. This is my favourite one. Is
I'm going to throw this out. I think it might be one of the best topics we've ever done.
Yeah. I think
just
it's been a lot of weird school experiences. Sam in Welling says, what's my primary school? And I'll tell you what, Sam, before I read this, the answer is yes to this question. Was my primary school the only one with a ventriloquist head teacher?
Like a demon headmaster.
Yeah. Also, this next sentence, Sam's use of this is an excellent choice of words here. She regularly whipped out Barney the pink dog. It's brilliant. Whipped out Barney the pink dog in assembly, who taught us morals and sang songs to us.
That's amazing.
I love how she's just gone, I can't get across morals for the kids.
Think about a whip out Barney the pink
Tell you
dog.
what they're going to respect is a pink dog.
Barney, isn't Barney?
Barney's the dinosaur, purple
Barney's
dinosaur.
purple dinosaur. I was going to say there's no trademark issues there.
Well, yeah, but clearly that teacher was like, what, we're going to name a pink dog, and then saw there's a purple dinosaur called Barney.
We had a vicar that used to he wasn't a ventriloquist, but he did.
Thank God.
Yeah, quite literally. Thank God. Did you say he was in many ways? God was his ventriloquist.
He was God's dummy. He's God made him talk.
And God kept whipping him out just to teach morals.
Teach morals and sing songs to people.
I don't think he did, because from what I've heard, there's recently been a bit of a scandal, but I'm not going to go into that.
Good Lord.
Anyway.
Oh, with your vicar?
Yeah, with my vicar. But he, well, he wasn't my vicar. But I'm not going to go into this now. I can't, for legal reasons. Don't.
Here's a line, let's go.
Okay, I can't tell you this anecdote about the vicar for fear of revealing who he was, but he did have a puppet.
He did have a puppet.
Yeah.
Stop.
Oh, God. Please tell me that wasn't a euphemism.
Stop.
No, okay. Well, do you want to read out one more, James?
Here's one. It says, the vicar at my... This is from Josh Widdicombe.
I think at this point in the show, we all need somebody to whip out a pink dog and sing us songs and teach
About
us
morals.
morals. Yeah, because we've all misbehaved.
This next tweet it says I used to get whipped out in assemblies to sing songs and teach kids morals. Those days are over. I'm very bitter now. From Barney from Welling.
Barney from a squat in Welling.
Yeah, I'm currently drinking on my own in a caravan.
Did Barney leave Welling? Like Barney in Letchworth now. He's relocated.
Yeah.
He had to get out of Welling.
Yeah.
Too many dark memories.
I'll keep them coming in. Barney, if you are out there, get in touch. James's classic scrapes every week. If you don't know by now, and probably the best bit. James, would you agree?
Well, no. I don't want to hype
Well,
it up
it wasn't my point either. It was Neil's point. So sorry.
It's my favourite bit, Josh.
Is it?
I'm normally in bed for the rest of the show.
You cad. At the middle hour, you're trying to source 8 sugars, and then you get here. So what's your scrape this week?
I thought, because we're talking about school, I talked about when I tried to revisit my old school. Tried to go back to it, but basically, I used to be able to cut through.
Why did you try to go back to your old school?
Well, right. There's a route from my house to my friend Jake's house.
This is all very suspicious.
The quickest route to Jake's house from my parents' house is through the school. So when I was a kid,
through the classrooms?
No, through the
Down the
playground.
corridor.
Through the playground. Thank you very much. Right, do some hopscotch on the way.
Sure.
Right.
Primary or secondary?
Secondary school.
Did you really have
hopscotch at secondary school?
No.
James did.
Yeah.
I stood, me playing hopscotch on my own in the corner. Anyway, that was in my school days. I'd always cut through the school. It was fine. And then about 7 years after I'd left school, I was visiting my parents. I was on my way to my friend Jake's house, and I thought I could cut through the school again, and I could visit my old teachers on the way. I could be like, how's it
What were
going?
they teaching? Kind of pop your head
Well,
in.
no,
I don't remember me.
Yeah, well, I thought, some of them won't be working. Some of them will be in the staff room on their, hour off. How's it going? Good to see you, Mr. Mason. Still rocking the gym? So.
God, it's a wonder they weren't more pleased to see you, James.
Yeah. So I thought, now, the thing is, in the 7 years I'd left school, a few things had changed. One,
ex-pupils weren't allowed to walk their head into the staff.
Well, that was basically the main thing. One of the main things was when I was in school, security wasn't as tight, for one. Because it was like I was I don't want to sound like an old
against the back of your head.
Just all sorts of strangers coming in, playing hopscotch, high-fiving Mr. Mason for rocking the gym.
I don't want to sound like an old man here, but back in my day,
strangers were allowed to walk through the school.
Well, it was paranoid. But anyway, I noticed that there's really high fences all the way around the school, and also
God, your school's like Glastonbury.
You had to have your photo on the ticket.
And, also, another thing that had changed was what time they had their lunch. Now,
It's nothing sacred.
yeah. So I walked in there at 1:30, which is normally half an hour after lunch is finished.
Right.
Turns out that is when their lunch starts. So I was.
Oh, that's crazy business.
They must have been starving.
I'd taken a few steps into the school and then heard the lunch bell, and then
That wasn't the lunch bell, mate. That was the intruder alarm.
Acaster's back. Mason, take him out. You're the only one he trusts. So
I love this image that you have in your head, that you walk back into school, the conquering hero. Come on, everyone just going, oh, Acaster's back.
I thought they were going to be really happy to see me, but like it just obviously the playground was flooded with kids I'd never met before.
It's like Hard Day's Night. They're more pleased than I thought.
Yeah, guys, spare the fanfares. So playground flooded with kids, and then like immediately a dinner lady who was also not there when I was there, like it's a new member of staff, walked up to me and she went, hello. I said, hi. She went, what are you doing?
Wearing out of interest?
What was I wearing? I had my normal clothes.
You were like
I was in my school uniform for old time's sake. I didn't turn up like, come on, still fits. Not too late to get in on that RE class, right? I'm sorry I didn't pay attention back in the day, but I'm ready to learn about Islam now. Like, I turned up just normal, and
Ready to learn about
normal,
Islam.
James.
no, it was. But the dinner lady came up to me. She said, "Can I help you?" I said, "Oh yeah, I'm just cutting through actually." And she was like, I beg your pardon. I was like, I'm just cutting through to my friend Jake's house. She said, well, this is a school. I was like, yeah. I said, but I used to go here. I used to go to this school. You know,
Not as a pupil.
yeah. I was like, I'm a student, and like you know. And she was like, right, well, look, if you're going to be on school premises, you got to sign in. So I said, all right. So I'll sign in on my way through. So I went
Reason for visit, cutting through.
well, this was the thing. I went to reception. The receptionist said, hello. I was like, hello, I'd just like to sign in, please. And she was like, great. Which meant, by the way, I did realise it meant that I was going to have to instantly sign out again. All I was doing is going straight through. But she said, right, why are you visiting? I said, I'm just cutting through. She went, you're not allowed to cut through. I was like, right. She was like, right, wait there. And she got the deputy head.
Whoa!
Now, deputy head turns out to be the third member of staff.
Detention?
Huh? Yeah, I thought, well, I was surprised that I've been back 5 seconds. I'm already in trouble with the dep. And he comes down. And he's another member of staff I've never met before. It's like the whole staff has shifted since I left.
Are you sure it was the same school?
It was the same one, mate. It still had my classic graffiti on the side, Scrape Master. But he comes down, this big, really massive guy. He says, right, I understand you're cutting for our school using it as a public footpath. I said, well, I used to go to this school. Right, James Acaster, I'm the one who got into all the scrapes, mate. Asking the staff room. But it was like, you can't. Now the thing is, I was getting told off by him. It was very hard to get told off by him because it was on Mufti Day, and he was dressed in Hawaiian shorts and a shirt. Right.
Thank God you hadn't turned up in uniform. You're doing the lead sentence.
Yeah, which was basically what I used to do in school actually. But I was like trying to.
What was he wearing? Hawaiian shorts. And
a long, like 3/4 length Hawaiian shorts and a shirt, but like quite a jazzy shirt with a really big collar. So I was there trying to get told off by him, but I was like, I can't do this, I can't take it. And I was like, look, it's okay, I used to go to the school, like, I'm James Acaster. Like, just ask around the staff room. And he wasn't having any of it. He went, you're going to have to leave. Now, the thing is that, so he went, you got to go back out the way you came. Like, which is counterproductive to me.
Yeah.
And also, the reception's in the middle of the school, so I thought, it's just as far to walk.
You should just said you come from the other direction. Yeah.
Well, no, because he knew what way I'd come in from. So I was like, right, but I was like, okay, I will. Thinking, you don't tell me what to do anymore. I don't do. So I'll walk the other way, and then I got to the exit, and it's a big iron gate across it. It was locked. I realised I was now trapped at the other end of the school. I had to get across again, and I've never been so scared. Like, I was just running, I'm legging it through these kids, trying to get out, and eventually I got out. But like the scariest point, and I don't know, this shouldn't be incriminating, but at one point I was running and I saw a child with his back to me, but urinating into a bush, and it terrified me. So I was like, if anyone knows I was near that kid, I'm going down forever. And now probably saying this on radio means I'm in a lot of trouble.
It's really weird. It's like a creepy remake of the end of Don't Look Now. Just the
horrible.
kid with his back to you.
It was horrible. But, I've learnt my lesson. I haven't done it again since, just so you know.
I really feel like that's a lesson you should have been able to guess. I really feel like experience should not have taught you.
I
that
honestly-
you can't just cut through a skull.
I honestly maintain that back then it wasn't as big a deal.
When did you go to school? Like the 1950s or something?
Oh, there was a motorway going through his school.
All the teachers would be happy to see me. When she said I'm getting the deputy head, I thought, Mr. Barley, brilliant. And it wasn't. Mr. Barley would have come down and went, Acaster, you absolute card. I can't believe you're still up to your old tricks, cutting through the school. Let's have a chat, how you doing? Leave him alone, you stupid receptionist. He's a legend. Instead, it was a big guy in Hawaiian shorts. He wasn't happy at all.
I mean, I think we can file that under classic scrapes. Thank you very much, James. More from. I don't know when this well is going to run dry, but hopefully not for a few more weeks.
Well, hopefully for my sake, one day.
Bastille Pompeii on XFM. That makes me feel quite nostalgic, Neil. It's kind of we played that a lot at the start of my run on this show, and it's back for the first time in ages. What a day! Joined as God would want by James Acaster,
Yeah, I'm sure God would want.
and still Nick Helm here.
Hello.
In league with the devil. How are you, James?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah?
Pretty good.
Good week?
Yeah, alright. I went on a stag do.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was good. We went go-karting and that was a nightmare.
I love go-karting.
No.
I loved it when I
I
went.
went go-karting on my stag too. So
Did you like it?
No.
No, I can't drive anyway, so it was horrible.
Yeah. No one warned me.
What, that you were going go-karting?
I didn't know.
It was indoors, yeah?
Yeah, indoors.
Because I pictured it would be like, oh, we're all going to be on grassy
Yeah.
hills, going down hills.
Indoors!
Indoor go-karting.
Yeah,
Oh, I went
indoors.
outdoors and it was raining. It was exciting. We kept skidding.
No, it's
So
a
in a
track,
warehouse.
isn't it, with tyres, and you go around, and there's two pedals. There's stop and forward.
Yeah.
And you can't reverse.
You definitely can't drive.
But that's it. You go forward or it's stop.
I've done it. It was brilliant. It was the best fun I've ever had.
It was like being in a car crash for an hour.
What happened? Did you win?
No, I came last.
I came last.
Obviously. Yeah, I came last, and about halfway through, I felt like crying.
Oh yeah, I
genuinely.
hate it.
I mean, it's like
That's how I felt when I did paintball. So what happened? You wanted to cry halfway through.
yeah. So then and at the end, kind of, I thought just it's a stag do, so don't bring the mood down. Everyone else really loved it. And as soon as everyone went, how was it, James? I hated it. I felt like I was going to cry. It was so awful. And then we went out into town.
How much did you lose by though? How many seconds?
I lost by a lot. Basically, everyone else had done at least. I think the person who finished in front of me did 5 more laps than I did.
Oh my word.
Oh, because it's a time limit, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just you just all do it.
When I
You all
started-
race for an hour.
When I
Embarrassing.
did
It's
it,
only embarrassing if you care.
Well, I did it on a stag do. Ellis James, the comedian who's been on this show, he won on the timer, but that's because he was so far behind it. He was at the back. They thought
It was
at the
so far
front.
behind. He restarted, and it's amazing. You've completed it in 4 seconds. That's amazing.
So for a minute he thought he'd won, and then there was like people that took it really seriously on the stag do that were like, "This can't be right." And they checked it.
Yeah.
And
That's awful when you're.
are they
surrounded by
happy with
people
their
like
lives? I wonder.
that. Yeah. This can't be right. This cannot be right. We have to check this. It's really bringing the whole stag do down. Maybe think there's someone in here that might be claiming that they won the go-karting.
So how did it end?
We went into Kettering town for a night out
Yeah.
on the booze, but it was I haven't been out in Kettering in ages, and at least 3 of the nightclubs in Kettering now have installed those boxing punching machines that you get at fairs in the pub. And you just got guys lining up and just punching them really hard in front of groups of girls who are watching, and just go, they're just gearing themselves up to find a weed like me. I don't want to be in here.
The scariest thing was your face was on all of the
Every single one.
As a stag do prank.
Yeah. Classic stag.
Josh Widdicombe.
XFM, Josh Widdicombe, and still joined by Nick Helm.
Hello.
That was a strange start, wasn't it? And
Very
not-
formal.
very
XFM, Josh Widdicombe.
Josh Widdicombe,
Live.
CIA.
The radio.
My show. My show.
You're the listener. I'm the DJ. You heard a song.
James Acaster.
Yeah.
You all right, James?
Yeah, good mate.
Still talking about. Well, we haven't talked to you about this yet. Excuses. You've none spring to mind.
None that I can none that I can say on the air.
No, fair enough.
You know,
But for listeners at home, it's an absolute corker.
absolute classic excuses.
Yeah.
All the time.
If James Acaster's dad is listening, yeah, it's that one.
I wasn't there. Oh,
Hello, David. Hello, how are you?
David, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
It was never that hot in February.
Yeah. You and I both knew, Dad, my bedroom doesn't get so hot that one would need to shed all their garments. So,
Hello, David. Hello, Diane, James's mum as well.
who did, you know,
Wasn't involved, but
no,
definitely.
but I imagine he told her later on and they laughed about it.
It's a tough time, isn't it, growing up?
Christopher.
Christopher, did you say? Oh, you said that you said Quiztopher, as if it's some name of a
Christopher.
quizmaster. Quiztopher.
Christopher has tweeted in. I mean, they all pale into insignificance, really, after that one. But I don't. This was his. Don't say this one, Acaster. Or James. As I've been told, I call you Acaster too much, apparently.
That's fair. Who said that? Neil.
Probably the suits
Neil,
upstairs.
That ruled it with an iron fist again.
I don't need a lift today. I'm not coming to work. Someone stole my towels from the line. I'm going to track them down. Is that an excuse?
Well,
It is.
Well, it is
Yeah,
an
It's
excuse.
an excuse.
it is an excuse. It's an excuse that's so obscure and weird that you would believe it as well.
Yeah.
No one's making up someone stole my towels. That's not
How would you go about tracking them down?
I'd look for the driest person in all of town.
Yeah. Follow the trail of flannels.
Yeah.
The showers. That's right, Ed.
Yeah, that's what you do.
That's the last
That's
place he'd go with the towels.
That's a really
Yeah.
good idea. I would just
beach?
going around town, peering into people's bathrooms.
That's another towel-centric place. If I'd stolen all the towels, I'd go to somewhere that didn't require any towels.
So that no one would look for
HMV.
you.
Like
You did. Lay low.
HMV.
Lay low in HMV. We will.
Starbucks. Yeah.
Stop. You could get a spillage in Starbucks.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be a nightmare.
But
If the
then,
guy
you know-
came in looking for you in Starbucks, someone spilled their coffee. Says, has anyone got a towel?
Yeah,
And
yes,
you'd
I
have to-
stole
Yeah,
I
these
have.
this
Oh
morning.
no!
Despite the fact that you'd stolen all of someone else's towels, you were overcome with honesty. And you have
Yeah.
to go, you know what? He's asked me a direct question. I do have the towels.
So that's next week.
But that's what you do actually. You would, if you really want to catch him, just put a flannel in the street with a cardboard box wedged up with a stick.
That was Red Hot Chili Peppers, Scar Tissue on XFM. One of the first songs you learn on guitar.
Is it one of the first songs you learned to play?
Was for me, mate.
Who
Oh,
who
yeah,
was
yeah.
teaching you how to play the guitar?
Anthony Kiedis. Is that his name?
Yeah, he's a singer though. He wouldn't have a clue.
Who's the guitarist? We all know the bassist.
John Frusciante back then.
Oh yeah,
It's a bassist Flea.
You know,
the bassist Flea.
he's the bassist.
And to complete the lineup, James,
Chad.
Oh, I've met him.
you've met Chad from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, but
Why?
because I used to do PR events.
Oh yeah.
I used to help rock stars on red carpets find toilets.
Just for toiletry.
just for just for toilets. And yeah, I mean, they
Yeah.
were confused. They didn't know where they were going. So,
Yeah.
but,
Arrive,
but I
and
can't
go,
remember his surname.
Go, Nick, I need some towels ASAP. You know, oh, we haven't got enough.
I know just the place. There's a washing line 3 blocks from there.
Oh, James. Classic scrape.
Mine's
Shall we? I should say, James gets in a lot of scrapes, as already illustrated in the last link.
yeah.
And what is your scrape this week?
It's another school one. It's a lot of school ones lately. But in my first week of school, we had in our first music lesson, we were put into groups.
Why is there so many musical scrapes?
Because I'm a big fan of music. I like playing
Is it
music.
all the
It's,
scales?
yeah.
That's better than that.
The joke's better than what it got.
Scales are quite rough, so that's why you'd get a scrape.
You
off
get
of
scrapes on all the scales. Yeah.
them. Yeah, that's a perfectly serviceable joke, right? Carry on, James.
First lesson, the first project we had to do is we were put into groups to go off into different rooms, and we had to rework a nursery rhyme. That was
Jack and Jill went up a hill.
I was
Jack
11.
got naked.
I was 11.
You were 11.
But to keep the same lyrics, but we had to.
I don't think they're called lyrics.
Yeah, well, yeah, but words. And I had to change the style, so like play.
If you didn't do rap, I will eat my hat.
I did not do rap.
What did you
Give me
do?
my-
What we did is me and my 4 friends went into a room and just talked for ages about other things, and didn't do the work. And then we were told, you got 1 minute left, you got to come and perform it in front of the class.
Oh, no.
So we very quickly decided upon something we would do without rehearsing it, and so everyone
Did you have
else.
musical instruments?
Well, this is the thing. Everybody else had a musical instrument. Everyone else had musical instruments and had gone away and learnt the nursery. So we were given the music by the teacher.
What nursery rhyme was it?
We had Humpty Dumpty. We were assigned Humpty Dumpty. So everyone else got up in front of the class and they played like a rock version of Grand Old Duke of York and stuff like that, or like a jazz, all that. We hadn't had time to learn the song or play on any instruments. So my 4 friends stood in a line behind me, and I stood. I stood centre stage,
Like a wall?
on my own. Yeah, almost
You
like a
bent
wall.
free kicks around them.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, like a wall would have been good if it was like if we'd actually thought of that and gone, look, we've done a wall because of Humpty Dumpty, but that's not why we did it. So we obviously went for a cappella because we didn't have time to do anything else. And without rehearsal, I was out front, and this is what we decided on. So basically, they started singing the nursery rhyme, the 4 of them, but in the traditional style, while I paced in front of the class like I was deeply troubled, like furrowing my brow and stuff.
I can't deal with this.
This is awful.
It gets worse. Well, I recited the nursery rhyme out loud in a very sad voice. So yeah, while they were singing it, I was going, Humpty Dumpty, sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty.
What style were you going for?
We were building up to our style. So we were doing this as a little build-up of like.
And did everyone else use instruments?
Everyone else had played instruments. Everyone else had done proper versions of songs and like learnt the songs.
Yeah.
So we're doing this, and then when I got to the end of the nursery rhyme, and they stopped doing it, and then we launched into a cappella rock version where we sang Humpty Dumpty to the tune of Lalla Bumba. So when they stopped, I on my own went la 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 Humpty, like that, like really like proper, like that, and they were in the back going Humpty Dumpty, and we fall.
So they would go Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, that were actually going la la Humpty a lot of the time, and I was going up to kids in my class and in their face going la 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 Humpty now, doing all that. Now I was like headbanging and like pretending that most of it was go on.
Why had you done the preamble? What did that have to do?
We thought basically lure them in to think it's going to be rubbish, and then hit them with the
exceed
genius.
their expectations.
And then go, we're only doing this. So I was doing air guitar for most of it and headbanging.
Right next to a real guitar.
Right next to a real guitar I could have learned how to play if I'd bothered. So we're doing that. At the end we finished and they went wild. Like they thought it was amazing, that they really loved it. Like the whole class thought it was brilliant.
That's amazing.
And they liked it so much that for the rest of the year, every time, I mean, this is whatever lesson we had, if it was music or anything, if the class, because I had a bit of a badly behaved class, if the class was well behaved, as a reward from the teachers, me and our friend, the teacher would reward the class by getting me to perform the song again. I remember the very last time, and
It's a sad day.
it was a sad day
They
because
burnt the stage.
I'll be honest, I'd lost all love for it. I'd lost all love for the song. The last performance had been lackluster. The last performance, my heart wasn't in it, and we had to do. I was doing all the sad bit, and then I went into la 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 la. I went, I can't do this. In front of the class, I said it out loud. So I looked at the teacher and went, I can't do this anymore. It was a really, and she was like, okay, he doesn't have to do it. Everyone just file out and just go to lunch. And I remember sitting there watching the class leave, and they just left. One of the kids as he left just went, I always thought it was pretty funny, mate. I was like, yeah. See you later. I'm retired. I couldn't do it. I retired on stage in
It was
front
like
of the
Ziggy
class.
Stardust at Hammersmith Odeon.
Yeah,
That's
I was like,
unbelievable.
I can't do this.
What room was that? Do people now go? You've got to play Science Room 3 because that's where James Acaster
was
retired
actually-
on stage.
It was actually back in the music room where it all started.
Oh,
it was
it came
back
full
once
circle,
again.
full egg.
Yeah, full egg.
Full oval.
Sorry, guys. This song's broken, and we just can't put it back together again. Huh? I'll see you next term. Have a good summer holidays.
For one last time, James, I've got the 4 people here.